Can someone respond from online? Anil, Guru, watch. Can you hear me? Yes. Guru, can you hear me? Hey, are you there? Fine. Same. Yes.
Yeah, and then we told right, we can move EBS from one institute to another institute.
Yeah.
But we are not creating EBS in particular way. How will we do that?
We'll see. We will see. Okay, anyways. Today we changed the link, a meeting link. It's okay, fine. Guys, good morning. And I will show all of that, Ajay. We'll be seeing all those demonstrations. So today I will start with adding additional volumes. So how to add new volumes to existing instances. Yes, you may get requirements like this in real time. There may be a ticket raised saying, please add additional disk for so-and-so EC2 instance. So I'll give step-by-step instructions about how to add additional additional EBS volumes. So remember, this is frequently asked question in interview. They'll ask you, can you please tell me the steps to add new volume? So number one, create a volume. Number one, create a volume. See, here the assumption is we have EC2, we have one EC2 instance already. That's assumption. To that existing instance, I want to add a new volume. Click on EC2. Let me create separate, where is that? Yeah, so let me create a separate instance for this demonstration, but you can try this on any existing instances you wish. But to keep the demonstration clean and understandable, I'm creating one instance. I call this EBS demo. And I need key pair, otherwise I can't go inside and make changes. Choose that key pair. So networking, you don't have to change, right? Nothing, just name. Just name, select the key pair, and by default, you get root volume. That's default. Without single volume, there is no way to get a launch EC2 instance. So here itself, you can add a new volume, which is additional volume, or launch it. Again, come back. There's a process to add additional volume. So adding here is simple. So I'll show the other way. So launch instance. See, I will give a task. That task is add new new EBS volume. That is the task. I'll give all the details. Like I'll say I want 50 GB disk. I want so-and-so type. All details I will even give you which EC2 instance you must add this volume to, right? So now the process is this. We have we have EC2 instance that's in running state, and click on storage. It has one device. See that it has one device. It's in attached. Size is 8 GB. encryption is no, and other details. And there is a field delete on termination. Means if you delete EC2, it auto deletes EBS volume. That's the meaning of delete on termination. So what I want is, I want to add additional disk to this EC2 instance. So go to EBS volumes here. This one, Elastic Block Store. Click on a volume. Choose the instance to which you want to add new volume. Create a volume. See, while creating a volume, one thing you must keep in mind, volume and EC2 must be in same availability zone. Correct? Yes. Create a volume and make sure volume and instance are in same AC. I will not say availability zone anymore. I go with the short names, AZ. So for creating volume, EC2 dashboard, under EC2 dashboard, Elastic Block Store, volumes, create volume, volume type. For now, leave it as it is, don't change. Once I explain you what is that, you'll understand what exactly those types are, but now leave it as default. See, to stay in free tier, let's give this one as 15. See, 30 GB is maximum, correct? Total, overall 30 GB is maximum. Try to stay in free tier limits. You can give 5 GB, 6 GB also you wish. And IOPS we'll discuss later. Throughput we'll discuss later. And this is important. So find the volume, find availability zone of EC2 and select same availability zone. Only then this volume can be added to that instance. So open EC2 in a separate window. See, click on this instances, EBS demo, find out its availability zone. Its availability zone is AP South 1A. See the convention. We are in Mumbai. Region code is AP South 1. Under that region, 1A, 1B, 1C. So if you see A, B, C, they're all availability zones. If you don't see A, B, C, that is a region. So every region has unique code. And under every region, there are unique availability zone IDs. So it is AP South 1. This also must go into AP South 1. See, you have options to encrypt this. And you have options to add tags. So tags means giving metadata. While launching EC2, we add a name. We add a name. Likewise, for the volumes, you can add a name. Let's call this name EBS attach demo, so that you can figure out your volume based on this name. Likewise, you have options to add up to, so you can add up to 50 tags. Create what? So I'm choosing a type, that's default, choosing a size and choosing availability zone, adding one tag, which is optional anyways, create one. After creating volume, select the volume and attach to EC2. Save this. There are 21 volumes. See, there are volumes without name, which is difficult to figure out what those volumes are. But for our volume, a name is given, right? EBS attached demo and size is 15 GB. Actions. What is that? Yeah, attach is disabled because it may not be in available state. It is still created. Volume creation is not yet completed. So this attach volume is disabled. I think now it is there. Actions, attach volume. So now it will show the instances which are present in same availability zone. So there are 17 instances, I believe. It's not showing all 17. Probably it will show only the instances in that one. What's the name of instance?
Yes.
This one. EBS demo, and that's in running state. Device name is auto-populated. See, device names all specific to Linux. It is auto-populated, attach it. Got it? Select volume and attach to EC2 instance. It's not completed yet. We have more steps to do. But it gives a feel that we are done with attaching volumes, but it's not really completed. We have further steps to finish this process. Next step is log into EC2. To log in, select the instance, click on connect, again click on connect. You get into that server. Now, once you are on the server, there are a few commands we should run to attach this volume, to mount this volume, and to use this volume. So attaching in the UI is not suffice. It's not enough. So we need to do furthermore configurations to finish this complete demonstration. So go on to the instance. See, directly, I don't want to say, hey, step 1, do this, step 2, do this. But what I would like to show you is run a command lsblk, ls block. What you get? Some details. So ls block means it's a command that displays your volumes. A newcomer, anybody new to this concept may assume there are 5 disks. See, someone who is new to this concept, right? He will assume, or she will assume there are 5 disks, but can someone say how many disks are there? Just carefully reading that output. 2. Type disk, 8 GB, and there is one more type disk, 15 GB. We have only 2 disks. The first one, 8 GB, is root disk. The operating system is there. And the other one, 15 GB, is the disk we just attached. And what about other 3 entries? They are partitions. You can have one physical disk that you can create partitions. Like your personal laptop, C drive, you'll get hard disk. Let's say your hard disk capacity is 512 GB. That can be partitioned. C drive, D drive, E drive, likewise. The advantages are, if C drive is corrupted, only data in C drive is lost, not D and E. Right. And second benefit is, you may have an application where it's not occupy entire disk. Right? So you can put it in one partition and give only the limitation to that application that stays within that limit without occupying the entire disk and affecting other processes. Fine. And see these mount points. Only you have one mount point. And for the disk, second disk, there is no mount point. Remember, if there is no mount point, the disk is not in use. Even though it is attached, we can't use it. It is there, but we're not using it. To use it, we need to mount it, right? To mount it, we need to create a file system on this, right? Now, I wanna use this newly attached disk. Step number 1 is create file system on that disk. You take any system. There are different types of file systems. In Linux, especially, you see ext1, ext2, ext3, ext4. So one is the first generation and fourth is the fourth generation. So every time they improve, right? They come up with a new number. ext1 was the first one, legacy, 2, 3, 4. So recent one is 4. Means the current generation is ext4. And there is XFS. There's one more file system type in Linux, XFS. So you must use one of those things. The recent ones, not the older ones. So that's the reason you must create a file system. Otherwise, Amazon will not choose a default file system for you. No, no. You must go and say, hey, I need to create file system on this disk, and file system type should be so on so. Run. See all disks. Create a file system on create file system. Say this, please. Sudo, because creating file system is admin activity. Sudo, and the command to create file system is mkfs, stands for make file system dot ext4. There is a direct command mkfs ext4. This creates a file system of type ext4 and provide the disk details on which this file system has to be created. So while giving disk details, prefix with /dev followed by this xvdf, right? Oh. xvdf. See, here it is just giving name xvdf, but the full name is /dev/xvdf, and we attached a volume, right? Let's go to that. Select storage. How many volumes are there? 2 volumes are there. Correct? And see the prefix there, dev. No problems. Come back. xvdf. So what happens now? You are telling your Linux operating system, hey, go onto this disk and create ext4 file system. Enter. Done. This command creates ext4 file system on the provided disk. So now you can store data on this. File system is created, means you can store data on it. If file system is not created, you can't store data on it. Next step is mount it. Mount the disk. Create mount point. Hang on, see this? Your root disk is mounted where? Slash. In Linux, slash means root. If you see Linux file system, hierarchy, let's go to images and see this one. Slash is root, means the root of the file system. Under root, bin, dev, etc, user, home, lib, sbin. This is. So the root device is pointed or mounted at root. Yeah. Now, likewise, we need to create a folder to mount this disk. I said create a mount point. The command is sudo mkdir/jhc. Under root, I am creating JHC, Java Home Cloud. That's my folder. You can create any folder, anywhere, your choice. To mount the disk, we need to create a folder, and that becomes a mount point. Means on that folder, we're going to mount it. Mount the disk onto the folder. Right, this we're almost done. And before mounting, I like to run lsblk, and still there is no mount point for this disk, but I created a folder ls. Oh, it's not created, I think, not yet created. Sudo mkdir/jhc. I created a folder. Now the next command is mounting. Sudo mount mount. The disk is dev. What is that? XV DF. That's a disk. And the mount point is JHC. That's it. See this one. Sudo mount the disk on this path. We're done. Run this command to see details. So after mounting lsblk and save this, mount point got created. Now this disk can be used. If I want to use this disk, I need to place data under JHC. So anything under .jhc gets onto this disk, and the rest gets onto root. We are almost done. There's one small change we need to have. See, they gave me a task to attach new volume. I'm done. But there is one thing. If system is rebooted, I want to see what happens to this mount point. To see that instance reboot means restart. So when you restart, obviously connection got closed. Close it, wait for some time because reboot takes at least a minute. But see, it shows running only, not say rebooting, restarting in the UI, but in the background, it is actually rebooting. So after some time, again, do connect. If server is up and running, not yet. That's the reason you're unable to connect. You can keep refreshing for a few more times until you get the connection. See, we are on. How to check that disks is mounted or not, which command I should use? Same, lsblk. lsblk. Is it mounted? No. So which means if EC2 is rebooted, we have to manually go and mount like this. Sudo mount xvdf /JHC. If it is one server, maybe it won't take much time for us to do this. What if you're managing hundreds, thousands of servers? So can you go and manually mount them? Not possible. So to fix this, there is a solution. The last step, that's what I said. We are almost done. There's one last step to finish this. Enable auto mounting. With this, our demo gets finished. To auto mount this and EC2 reboots, you must make an entry in the FS tab file. You must remember this file name, FS tab file. FS tab file. So when they ask you this question, you must explain all the steps I'm giving here. Create volume, attach volume, log on to EC2, right? Create file system, create mount point, mount it, and finally add entry in FS tab. That's it. Only then that guy will take your answer. If you miss FS tab, you will not take that answer. FS tab. Right. So if it is new, see, 1 second. Let's say I am also a fresher like you, and I don't know anything about this, and this task is given to me. What I should do, generally, where I begin. Simple. See this? Adding additional volumes to EC2. See, attach. So you must depend on Google. You must learn how to Google, how to find the right blog. So whatever I gave, this is what I like about Amazon. Everything is step by step. Documentation is very nice, very good. See this left-hand side, make a volume available for use. See the commands. This is to check if file system is there. Why we have to check if file system is there? When we have to do that? So if I give you a backup of a disk and I ask you to restore the backup, when you restore, what happens? Disk is having file system, disk is having data. Correct. So in our demo, we are adding a brand new volume, which has no data. But take the other case. So our EC2 crashed or our disk corrupted. We want to restore it from the backup. So when you restore from a backup, you get a volume. Volume will have file system and data. So if you create file system again on that volume, what happens? So it will format the disk. All data on the disk is gone. Correct. So to check whether file system exists or not, this is the command. Sudo file-s and the device. So if you see something like this, it is a brand new disk without data, without file system. And if you see something like this, there is a file system and there is data on this disk. That's okay, leave it. And come down. See, they are creating a file system of type XFS. But what I did, I created a file system of ext4. The command was mkfs.ext4. So if you want, see, XFS is the latest one, which is latest of ext4. Leave this, not required. And see this one, mount point. I use JHC, they're using data. And we mounted it. Yeah. And after mounting it, automatically mount and attach volume after reboot. To mount and attach EBS volume on every system reboot, add an entry for the device to this file. So make an entry in this so that when EC2 reboots, it takes details from this file and it will auto mount. That's what we're trying to achieve. And if you see the process, they're telling take a backup. See, copy will create a copy of this file and they're naming with .org. So why they're taking a backup? For some reasons, if you mess up with this file, no worries, you can get your original file back. So take a backup and they're getting block ID. I'll tell why they're getting block ID. If you see the file entry, so you must add entry like this. If you see the file entry, first is UUID of the disk. Second is mount point of the disk. Third is file system type. We should put ext4 in this case. And some settings. Make all these entries, save, close, and reboot, it will auto. So to finish the same thing, see, to finish the same thing, what I do is I copy this, put it in a notepad. This must be JHC, and this must be ext4. And I need to get the device UUID. So if I get device UUID, put it here, take this line, add it to the server. To how to get disk UUID, he is using ls block -o plus UID. Or BLK ID, block ID. Yeah, this I take, I go here. Dev xvdf and see type is ext4 block size and blah blah. Take this guy, copy, go to notepad, paste. They see ext4 defaults, no fail. This is a file system check order. You can check it in net. This line I should add, right? Take this where I should add it. On my EC2 instance. Where is that file? Sudo vi etc fscal. There is already 2 entries. Oh, okay. Don't touch that. Go to number 3, add your details. We are in insert mode. Escape, close, done. So done. Now do a reboot and check. See, I didn't take backup. This is not a production server. But when you work in real world, you should not do like this carelessly. You must be super careful. You must take backups and all that stuff. Yeah. So go here, not here. So I want to reboot and see if it is getting auto-mounted or not. Instance, reboot. So it got the signal for reboot. It says system will reboot. So meanwhile, let's close it off. Wait for a few seconds. And select, connect. It may take a few seconds. Do refresh again. Yeah. L S. See that. I didn't mount. It is auto mount. That's the process. That's the process. So today in the lab, you try this. And once you're done, remove that, delete that instance and volumes everything. Yeah. So that's okay. How to resize a volume? Now additional disk is 15 GB. Okay, and I want to resize it. I want to increase its size. See, when you are a cloud engineer, obviously such requests will come to you. So before you go and resize a volume, you must check this. You must check, are there partitions? If there are partitions, commands are different for resizing. If there is no partition, commands are different. Step number 1, modify and increase UBS volume size. You must do it from the UI. See here, see in the UI, actions, modify. Let's make it 25 GB. We can't decrease, you know, right? It was 15. Try making it 10. What it says? It can only be increased, not decreased. So let's make it 25 and modify. Using AWS console or CLI. CLI later we will see. Number 2. Log into EC2 and run following command. Yeah. So ls blk it is reflecting as 25 GB, but the disk is still 15 GB. That has to be expanded. Sudo command is resize to FS. That's a command. Yeah, we did. We rebooted and it is automatic. See, I'm running a different command, df -h. What it says here, 14 GB. Available is 14 GB. Use is 1 GB. Total is 15 GB. But I resized that to 25 GB. Is that 25 GB reflecting here? See, lsblk says 25 GB. But when you run df action, this is a command to check the disk utilization. Df command is giving total 15 GB. Means size is extended, but the file system is not extended. We need to extend that file system. The command to extend file system is resize to fs dev xv df. Now it resizes. And now see that 24 GB available, 1 GB in use. Yeah. That's it. So if there is a partition, in this disk, there is no partition. If there is a partition, the command is grow part is the command. Note, if you want to resize partition, then command is grow part. See here we don't have a partition. The command is resize file system. To resize a partition, the command is grow part. Yeah, I covered a couple of important topics with demonstrations, adding volume and resizing volume. You must try both of them today. Now let's talk about backups. The term used for EBS backups are snapshots. Snapshots are EBS backups. If you want to take a backup, you must create a snapshot. Snapshot is backup of EBS volume. And where backups are stored? S3. Remember, any backup in Amazon goes to S3, blind. Database backup, any backup in Amazon, right? Any backup by default goes to S3. So S3 is a storage like EBS, but the use cases for S3 is different. Snapshots are region specific. Means, see, volume is AZ specific, correct? And taking a backup is available in a region, means you can restore that to any availability zone. Region specific, and you can restore it to any AZ that region. See, if you want to move volume from one AZ to another AZ, see, if you have a requirement to move volume from one AZ to another AZ, the process is take snapshot, restore in to desired AZ. That's the process. I mean, if you have volume in AP South 1A, you want it in 1B, the procedure is go to that volume, take a snapshot. After taking snapshot, select the snapshot, create a volume, and choose the AZ where you wish to have that volume. Do you need more explanation on this? Yeah. And likewise, you can copy snapshots to cross region. Means you have a backup in Mumbai. You want that to be restored in Singapore. Possible. There is an option to copy. You also can share snapshots to cross AWS accounts. Yes. I have volume in my account and I want to share that with you. Yes, possible. You can do that. And snapshots are incremental. Incremental means only it picks the changed data. In backups, you see full backup and incremental backup. For example, there is a database with the data 5 GB. If you take a full backup, you get entire 5 GB. And after 1 hour, we added some more data. It became 6 GB. Now, second backup will contain only that 1 GB, not all 6 GB. That's called incremental backup. So there are two benefits of incremental backup. First benefit, cost. Full backups will occupy more space. Incremental backups will occupy less space. One is cost. And second benefit, any guess what is second benefit? They are fast. So if you have 100 GB store data, to take a backup, let's say it takes 2 minutes, and you have 1 GB of data to backup, obviously it takes in seconds. Snapshots are incremental. It reduces storage cost and backup operations are fast. Demo. Create snapshot. I'll show how to create snapshot. Go to EBS, volumes, select the disk you want to backup. Select actions, create snapshot. I'll give description. Yes. About AM 24. Make some data. You can add tags. And create snapshot. See that manually creating snapshot is easy. And it says snapshot ID is this from this volume. So click on this, will directly take you to that snapshot, or under EBS below volumes. What is that? Snapshots. Snapshots. Yeah, this one. I gave a name, tag, name backup demo, and its disk size is 25 GB, but data is not 25 GB. I think only 1 GB is occupied on it. Correct. It's in pending state. Yeah, it got completed. I said, if you want to have a volume from one AZ to another AZ, take a snapshot and create volume from this snapshot. Means you have a backup that may have data. From that backup, you're creating a volume. So you create volume from snapshot, and you have options to choose 1B. Originally, this volume is in 1A, but I want that same volume, same data in 1B. So choose it and create it. So once created, you attach it. So while attaching, will you create file system? No. Why? It's already there. File system is there. Data is also there. If you create file system, it will format the disk. It will erase all data on the disk. So if it is a volume from a backup, don't create file systems. What is the command to check if file system is present or not? File -yes device details like /dev/xvdf. Yeah. I'm not restoring. See, if you want, you can copy. I said, see, copy to any region you wish. That's one thing. And I said one more, you can share this with cross account. For sharing with cross account, click on permissions, add account ID. Click on this. Add account, you get account ID here. If you want this volume, you must give me your ID, this ID, and I put that ID here. I'll say add, and you see this in your account. Which region you'll see? In which region I am sharing? Mumbai. So in your account also you must see in Mumbai. If you see in other regions, you can't find them. Yes. So friends, create snapshot. But technically, where snapshots are stored? S3. So, right. We're good with this. Snapshots. Can this be automated? Is automation required in real time? So, I mean, I'm running database on EC2, and database obviously stores data on EBS volume. Like that, I am managing hundreds of servers. Now, as part of backup strategy, I want to backup all of them or some of them. And backups, I want to backup every 3 hours. So do I need to go and perform backup operations manually every 3 hours, or I should automate? Automate. Automation. That's what I said in the introduction classes. So AWS concepts are important. Along with that, automation skills are also important. Fine. Some automations require Python. Some automations doesn't require Python. That's a good news. Not every automation requires Python. But earlier, I mean, what Amazon does, I said previously as well, Amazon will constantly innovate how the services can be improved, what features can be added. So part of that innovation, Amazon is making the services more and more flexible, easy to use, and all that. So what Amazon did, it introduced one service. Because of that service, automation is easy without writing Java, Python code. But before this service was introduced, cloud engineers used to write a Python script and schedule that Python script. And that Python script used to go and do this operations. That service is this one. The service is life cycle manager. This was not there in earlier days. So use this and provide details like a form. Provide all the details, which volumes you want to take a backup, and how often you want to take a backup. After taking backup, do you want these backups in other region, other accounts? You give all the details, create the policy, it does the job for you. Shall we try? Yeah, we have 3 minutes. Let's try. See, life cycle manager. Let me put a demo. This is manual, right? We did this manually. Automation. This is implemented using data lifecycle manager. See, S3 also has lifecycle manager. There is a chance for confusion. That's why you say data lifecycle manager or AWS lifecycle manager. I'll give details better. Let's have details before implementing it. Backup should happen every 3 hours. Don't backup all volumes, not required. There may be some volumes which are not critical, maybe used for POCs, development activities. So don't backup all volumes. Select specific ones. And copy snapshots to cross region. We are in Mumbai. Let's use store snapshots in Sydney. The idea is if Mumbai completely crashes and we have data in Sydney, we can restore in Sydney and bring up our servers and run our business. Copy snapshots to cross region. And finally, retain only 15 days old snapshots. See, when this life cycle policy is created, every 3 hours, it will go and create snapshots. After 1 year, we'll have hundreds of snapshots. But do we need all of them? No. So clean it up. So only retain recent 15 days old snapshots. So earlier, similar stuff was implemented using Python. Now Python is not required, but don't feel happy. There are other use cases where Python is required. But this Python is not required. And for all of you, please take this one. Take this one. Again, for you also. So use this one, automate the boring stuff. This is Python blog, which covers right from introduction. Right. Introduction. I recommend you go through single page every day or 2 days, 1 page, your choice. Automate boring stuff.com. I'm entering this. So by the time we finish AWS concepts, I want all of you to have basic knowledge on Python so that we save time. Otherwise, I need to take 2-3 classes to explain these things. So let's also build a self-learning capabilities. Yeah, that's good. All of you, please do this. Any doubts you can ask me anytime. I can help you on this. Is so that we can finish in 2 months. Otherwise, we need 3 months. Good. So today, please finish all demonstrations I have given in the lab. Yeah, and one this. You can finish all the demonstrations I gave today and be ready for tomorrow. And I'm telling you, hiring is not easy now at present. And if hiring is not easy, we should become tough. We should be very skillful. And I believe in this. If you are skillful, you have a job. That's it, very simple. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.